From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
Education is a huge issue here in Arizona. The latest on the Common Core debate and options parents and students have when it comes to standardized testing.
Keeping the names of police officers involved in deadly shootings and excessive force secret may soon be a reality. The latest from the governor's office.
Thousands of migrants try to cross the border every year, but for those who don't understand the intense desert terrain and go missing, their families are left without closure.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Brenda Carrasco.
And I'm Lauren Hanley. Thanks for joining us.
From the youngest students in kindergarten to those graduating college, there are big ramifications of budget and standards here in Arizona. Angie Schuster has a full wrap-up of some of the biggest education bills we've been covering this legislative session.
Arizona lawmakers continue to make moves to kill Common Core standards in the state of Arizona. House Bills 2190 and 2246 passed in the Arizona Senate's Education Committee yesterday. These bills affect current students by proposing a repeal on the Common Core standards and give parents the option to opt their children out of standardized testing. Brad McQueen, a fifth grade teacher who worked on creating the Ames test as well as the Parks test for Common Core, spoke out in favor of the bill that would rid the state of these standards.
People who we elected to protect our kids have been colluding with big business under the guise of Common Core at the Chambers of Commerce's to use our K-12 education system as their very own human resource departments to shape future workers to suit their needs.
If House Bill 2190 passes and Governor Doug Ducey signs it, then Arizona students will go back to the standards used in the 2010 until the new standards are set. House Bill 2246 was also passed in the Senate's Education Committee yesterday. It would let parents opt out their students of Arizona's nationwide student assessment system. Meanwhile, Superintendent Diane Douglas is backing another piece of legislation which would allow school districts to choose whatever test they want for their students. Angie Schuster, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News works closely with our Public Insight Network Bureau to ensure you have a voice in these key debates over the future of Arizona's education system. The PIN Bureau sent out a query on Common Core standards, and there are mixed reactions. One response is completely against the standards, saying the federal government has no business dictating what is reserved for the state's rights. Our children are not guinea pigs to experiment on. One teacher in support of Common Core says there is nothing wrong with having unified standards for all educators to be working at. The problem is parents don't truly understand what Common Core standards really mean. They just think it's bad because their child is bringing home assignments that the parent does not understand and cannot help them. So therefore, it must be bad. And another thinks it's a good start, saying we cannot expect districts to purchase new curriculum to meet these needs and then expect students to change their way of thinking in a span of a few years. It will be several years before data of it can show a true picture, and by then we will have moved on to a new set of standards.
Arizona student debt falls near the middle of state rankings, but students and financial advisors fear that that number will rise with the recent cuts to public university budgets. Governor Doug Ducey slashed university funding by 13% last week, a move that has sparked protests in front of the state capitol. Arizona's 3 state university presidents have not said if the cuts will translate to higher tuition for future students. But ASU President Michael Crow said in a statement that the cuts will be felt not only by Arizona's institutions, but also by the students we serve. Around 885,000 Arizona college students, past and present, owe about $22.6 billion in federal student loans, according to data released by the White House. That averages to about $25,618 for each student who has taken out a federal student loan. For a Cronkite News visualization of this student debt problem, check out CronkiteNewsOnline.com.
Years after Arizonans voted to ban payday loan agencies in the state, a bill making its way through the state legislature would create a new consumer flex loan system. Supporters of HB 2611 say it would give people who are shut out by traditional banks an option for short-term emergency cash. But opponents say the new flex loans can get around a current 36% cap by applying new fees, which would lead to an effective APR of more than 200% on those loans. For full coverage of the debate and latest votes in the legislature, go to CronkiteNewsOnline.com.
The Navajo Nation was selected by the USDA for a $2.4 million pilot project. Cronkite News reporter Sarah Oshrin has a story from the Capitol.
In the United States, no one should be going hungry.
But for many rural and tribal communities, that's the case. Without running water or electricity,
You have to buy food, shelf food, that will last a few days. And if you don't have refrigerator, you can have fruits, you can have vegetables.
Which is a reason why the Department of Agriculture awarded the Navajo Nation for a $2.4 million grant this month.
And we are grateful for that.
The award will fund a pilot project that promotes access to anti-hunger and healthy food programs. 19 food access navigators will be hired to go into the communities and train the residents.
We just want these food navigators to connect the people with these different services out there.
Services like food stamps and the Women, Infants, and Children program, which help, but still don't solve the real problem.
Have people who actually buy mostly junk food with that. We want these food navigators to say, look, to be healthy, you need access to quality food.
This pilot project will last 2 years.
And if it works, we're hoping to work with USDA and other programs to fund more of it and to also expand into Arizona and Utah.
In Washington, D.C., Sierra Oshrin, Cronkite News.
It's an option for those who don't want to go completely under the knife. The minimally invasive surgery to keep your heart pumping without the scars.
And as the weather starts to heat up, it's important to keep an eye on those who need more help keeping cool and how you can get involved in your community.
This winter, we'll take you to the heart of Downton.
You have to take control of your feelings before they take control of you.
Thomas.
We'll place you at the scene of the crime.
Trouble seeks you out, doesn't it? Yes.
And we'll fly you to the ends of the earth.
Are you seeing this?
Support the one place that can take you any place.
Hi, I'm Beth McDonald, host of 8's brand new show, Arizona Collectibles. Filming for season 2 is right around the corner. For your chance to be a guest on the show, visit us online at azpbs.org/collectibles.
That's wonderful.
Okay. Make sure to sign up early because spots fill up fast. I look forward to meeting you and seeing your treasures. Until then, thanks for watching. Thursday nights at 7:30 on 8 HD.
News doesn't stop on Friday at 7:30 at night. PBS NewsHour Weekend is kind of a natural next step. The NewsHour's been committed to being available on air or online, and now weekdays or weekends. There's no shortage of news that's out there, but why do people come to us? To give them some context and analysis that they can't find somewhere else.
PBS NewsHour Weekend, only on PBS. Check local listings.
New research suggests transcatheter aortic valve replacement, also known as TAVR, shows a survival advantage over open heart surgery. Cronkite News reporter Mariah Hickerson spoke to a doctor who says this TAVR may become the new standard of care.
93-year-old Charles Lusk has suffered from heart problems for most of his life. Doctors felt open heart surgery was too risky for a man his age, and he was against it as well.
When they first started talking about heart surgery, I told them to forget it. I'd rather die of natural causes.
But after learning about the TAVR procedure, he decided to give it a try in January.
Well, ironically, I had to keep reminding myself that I'd had surgery. I did not feel anything.
The procedure took place at Brazos Arrowhead Hospital. Lusk's surgeon says the procedure is minimally invasive.
This is a good device. It's life-saving for them. The device is loaded in a catheter. It's then threaded up through the groin and threaded across your aortic valve. And when the valve is released, it stents open the existing diseased leaflets. So in my view, going forward in the future, I think that this is going to become the standard of care.
And as for Lusk, he has no complaints.
I think it's a great way to go.
Weeks after the procedure, he was back singing with his church choir. In Glendale, Mariah Hickerson, Cronkite News.
The American College of Cardiology concluded the long-term prognosis TAVR patients is favorable, but are still doing further research.
The Maricopa County Department of Public Health is working on a study to help with the readiness and response to extreme heat disasters. With today being the first day of spring, extreme temperatures aren't far away. Volunteers will be going door to door, conducting surveys on what individuals are doing to prepare for the valley's heat, including questions on how people use the county's designated cooling centers set up each summer.
We wanted to get a better idea of who were using those cooling centers. We talked to the people running those cooling centers. We talked to people that were that went to those cooling centers, just to get an idea of how we can better utilize those cooling centers and if they're working in our community.
The county will then be using the survey data to help them better respond to community needs in the future. For more information or to volunteer, go to wearepublichealth.org.
Police-involved deaths and cases of excessive force have been in the forefront of people's minds for months. The latest update on the bill that aims to keep the names of officers involved in these cases secret for months.
Going missing while crossing the border? We look into how families deal with this situation and how they're often left searching for answers.
For veterans, coming back to civilian life brings new challenges, new opportunities, and new stories of remarkable courage and accomplishment. Sharing their stories can help communities understand the veteran experience, and through Arizona Veterans Coming Home, 8 connects veterans and their families to resources and services for a successful transition to civilian life. Explore some of the best resources and opportunities for veterans at azpbs.org/veterans. Arizona Veterans Coming Home, connecting Arizona's veterans to the right resources at the right time. Watch sneak previews of what's coming soon to 8. Go to azpbs.org/previews today. Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University, delivers new ideas and new worlds to the explorer in you.
I'm free. I'm free. And freedom takes of reality.
The deaths of Michael Brown in Ferguson and Eric Garner in Staten Island have brought the use of deadly force by police to the forefront. And now in Arizona, an effort to keep the identities of police officers involved in deadly incidents a secret for months is close to reality. Only Governor Ducey stands in the way of it becoming a law. Reporter Mackenzie Scott looks at opponents' last-ditch efforts to stop it.
Proponents of police transparency gathered on the Capitol lawn today, resigned to defeat, knowing a bill that would make it mandatory for law enforcement to keep the names of any police officer involved in a fatality confidential for 60 days was almost certain to pass.
There are significant concerns in this with the fact that the people who are attempting to empower law enforcement are at the same time now trying to place restrictions on the ability of those law enforcement agencies to do what they feel is best to serve their community.
Supporters of SB 1445, like Pinal County Sheriff's Office Chief Deputy Steve Henry, have testified that the bill would create a safer environment for police officers.
We would just like a cooling off period before we're required to do that. We're not avoiding transparency. We're not avoiding the state law. We would just like to have the option to protect our folks.
But an American Civil Liberties Union of Arizona representative says that the measure will instead prompt more public mistrust of the police.
Delaying the release of the name for 60 days or for 90 days, all that's going to do is create even greater divides between the community and the police.
And although those against the bill recognize it will likely pass through the legislature, they aren't losing faith, instead only redirecting their focus.
I'm certainly hopeful that Governor Ducey will stand up for transparency, stand up for community, and stand up for keeping all Arizonans safe, both our community members and our public safety officers.
No word yet on Governor Ducey's official stance on the bill, but opponents hope the governor will hear their pleas for government transparency and veto the measure.
Immigration is still a topic of debate here in the U.S., especially here in Arizona. In the last fiscal year, the Tucson Border Patrol apprehended nearly 90,000 people trying to cross into the state illegally. But it's those that don't make it across that leave many families without answers.
Recuerdos.
Bringing back the good times.
This is us two dancing.
They keep these albums, hundreds of photos, to keep his memory alive.
Friendly person, happy, always smile.
That's how Monse wants to remember her brother Andres.
Like in one moment, everything was gone, destroyed everything.
Since 2011, Andres Valenzuela Cota has been labeled a missing person, lost along the southern Arizona border. His family says that Cota traveled to the U.S. on a work visa in the 1980s, opening up a hair salon in California and employing some of his family, like his niece, Nidia De Leon.
His whole life, he tried to train us and made us stronger for the day that he wouldn't be here.
He tried but failed to get a green card, and when his mother died, he decided to go back to Mexico despite his now illegal status.
He said, I'll call you in 3 to 4 days.
Nidia says she was the last person to hear from him before he tried to cross back into the U.S.
Finally, the 5th day came and I said, something's wrong. I feel it, something's wrong.
They may say to themselves, you know, I've already come this far, I can't stop now.
Agent Nicole Ballestrea has been with the Tucson Sector Border Patrol for 6 years now and says many border crossers like Cota are uneducated about the desert dangers.
Crossing the border illegally is not necessarily what a person should be doing, but a person also shouldn't die because, you know, they want to cross the border.
And Border Patrol says many migrant deaths happen because of exposure to the elements, whether it be the below freezing temperatures in the winter or the intense Arizona summers. In the last fiscal year, 107 migrant border crossers were found dead while trying to cross.
Mostly presumed to be undocumented border crossers.
And their bodies end up here at the Pima County Office of the Medical Examiner.
We just have to go through the procedures that we would with anyone to try to identify who they are and get those remains back to their families.
Identifying migrant remains can be a challenge.
We work on cases all the way from fresh, decomposed, and then to skeletal cases.
Like this body brought in earlier this month. Just bones, no identification, and a tattered pair of pants.
General changes that you do see with exposure to the elements is you have loss of soft tissue.
Many times families are just too afraid to come forward. And without a missing persons report, dental records, anything to help identify them, they become John Does.
The majority of the skeletal cases that are seen are generally male.
But for those left labeled as John Does, their families are left wondering.
It's been 4 years and nothing. We're still looking for that and waiting for that phone call.
That was Megan Thompson reporting. There is good news in all of this. The Tucson Sector of Border Patrol says they've seen a nearly 50% increase in rescues, while a similar decrease in deaths. But for families, one death is one too many.
The Arizona House of Representatives will soon get to vote on a bill that would create a new state compensation board for ranchers dealing with endangered Mexican gray wolves. Cronkite News reporter Ryan Hill takes a look at the debate over where the money for that compensation will come from.
This is an Arizona program. It's going to be run by Arizonans, and it'll be for Arizona families.
That's how Senator Sylvia Allen justified why passing Senate Bill 1466 is essential. The bill would create the Livestock Losses Board that would properly compensate Arizona farmers and ranchers for their losses from the Mexican gray wolf.
I think this is a great program. It's fair, and it's not fair to these families to take the loss. Many have lost their ranches.
The bill would allocate awards to farmers and ranchers through a compensation fund composed of federal funding and private donations, though Allen does not know yet how exactly the money will get to them or who will give it to them.
It does allow for general fund appropriations, but I don't see that ever happening anytime soon. but it does allow for private donations. But however, there is money available. If we set up this council, we'll be able to have these families apply for it.
Paying those for things they lost sounds like a fair compromise. But for Sierra Club Grand Canyon Chapter Director Sandy Barr, there is another way to make sure farmers and ranchers get the money they deserve.
It's called the Coexistence Council, and it focuses on trying to get the livestock industry to engage in practices that allow for wolves.
According to Barr, the Mexican Gray Wolf Livestock Coalition awarded some $85,000 in rewards to farmers and ranchers in the past year. But for Allen, it was a plan that did not provide enough compensation.
The idea was that they would try to get donations of monies to help ranching families. And from my point of view, it was basically a political propaganda kind of tool that was being used.
These Arizona natives are racing to the doctor. It's in the hopes that they will get a clean bill of health and a new forever home.
At ASU, we believe the most important semester is the one that starts after you get your diploma, the one called life. So we work hard to help our alumni thrive, teaching them the importance of not only achieving their goals, but exceeding them. With innovative programs that embrace hands-on learning, that encourages real-world growth. Our alumni know it can be the education of a lifetime, for a lifetime. For more information, thrive.asu.edu.
Should I believe in the world, Mama?
I think so.
Should I give up and hide, or should I stay and fight? Should I believe in the rules, Mama?
What are the consequences?
Can I speak out my mind in these changing times? I don't know what to believe, Mama. Will you march with us? There's a fire inside, there's a storm on the rise. Give me a reason to be, Mama.
Buonasera.
'Cause I need someone to believe.
The world is more complicated than it's ever been.
The NewsHour is always going to take you deeper and take you broader.
And that is worth fighting for.
Night after night, 7 days a week.
I'm Maria Hinojosa.
I'm Gwen Ifill. And I'm Judy Woodruff.
On behalf of all of us here, thanks for watching.
Cronkite News is proud to join the Arizona PBS News Block here on 8HG.
Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
Coming up after Cronkite News, it's Arizona Horizon's Journalists Roundtable. The governor's push for a new inspector general position gets some pushback, and the wait continues for details of the governor's plan to fund charter school waiting lists.
I'm Gwen Ifill on the next NewsHour. The day.
This week has been a mix of rain and sunshine. Jason Hamas has the forecast and what you can expect into the weekend.
Some of those rain showers are still lingering a bit here and there throughout the day today. We've had just a few of those showers this morning, but as the day wore on, you can kind of see they've dissipated a bit here. And that's led to a really nice afternoon and evening. 78 degrees out there right now. Winds are a little bit breezy, 7 miles per hour out of the west-southwest. But overall, it's been pretty nice and warm today. Mid-70s for most of the area, even up to 78 here in Phoenix. It's only 73 in Mesa. Those current temperatures statewide, you can see we're down at 79 down there in Yuma, 75 in Tucson, and of course a little bit cooler up north, 58 in Flagstaff and 59 at the Grand Canyon. Tonight we're expecting partly cloudy skies with a low getting down to 62. As we head into the 5-day forecast, things are going to be warming up nicely up into the upper 80s by the early part of the weekend next weekend. And as that weather heats up, we're seeing more desert critters come out, snakes, lizards, and even desert tortoises. And if you're looking for an easy pet, you may want to consider adopting one. The Arizona Game and Fish Department is gearing up for its annual Desert Tortoise Adoption Program. Before the tortoises can be available for adoption, however, they must pass a health exam.
What we want to do for the Game and Fish Department is make sure that all the tortoises that they're adopting out to people are healthy.
Desert tortoises can live up to 100 years, so if you are interested in adopting one, it's important that you know how to care for it. Tortoises should be placed in an enclosed area with desert vegetation available to them. They should also be provided with a burrow that they can hibernate in during the winter. Scottsdale resident Warren Wen has adopted multiple tortoises from Arizona Game and Fish.
I have always loved tortoises, and to me they are like a little dinosaur. They have very long history, and just for the fact they can live for a very long time, they're just very interesting creatures to me.
Captive desert tortoises are not traditional pets, but they can be fascinating animals to observe, and families can gain an appreciation for desert wildlife by caring for a tortoise and watching its natural behavior. Because tortoises can live so long, only permanent residents of Arizona can adopt them. If a family moves or can no longer care for the tortoise, then it may be returned to a state-sanctioned adoption facility. Dr. Johnson feels that taking care of the tortoises is an important part of his work.
It's just something I enjoy doing. In a way I can sort of give back to help desert tortoises both in captivity and wild ones. Desert tortoises are probably the animal that's closest to my heart.
They are easy to take care of. If you want a pet and you don't have a lot of time, you travel a lot, this is a perfect pet for you.
The Adopt a Tortoise program begins on April 1st.
That's it for Cronkite News Tonight.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Find top Arizona stories anytime at CronkiteNewsOnline.com.